this video, I'll be attempting to beat the 3 hardest AI opponents in Anno 1800. I'm basing this off Rantius's tier list and not the actual in-game difficulty. I've always played this game casually because it is my first ever city builder RTS or whatever, and in honor of Pax Romana releasing soon, I've decided to finally challenge myself. I bought this game during the summer sale because I wanted to try out something new and I liked the aesthetic of it, and the fact that it was $6, probably the best $6 I've ever spent on a summer sale event. Getting started, let's pick this diva, the Targaryen symbol, and let's name her Rhaenyra. I am turning off all the DLCs because they kinda suck, with the exception of the Anarchist DLC. We have Dr. Hugo Mercier, PhD, Beryl O'Mara, and Lady Margaret Hunt, who is considered to be the raid boss of this game. Looking at the map, we can see that I'm already at a disadvantage. We spawned near the pirate, and Beryl got the island near the 3 neutral traders. A little PSA, I am a heavy stamp user, so I don't know, I just like playing like this. It's clean, it's organized. It might not be the most efficient way to play, but I like it, so please don't judge me too much. Let's start with our farmers, and this should be pretty easy. They only need 3 things, realistically. While I wait for my timber to process, I did do some stalking and started seeing where my opponents were at. Miss Hunt is already on her crazy shit, cause why is she at workers already? Beryl is still at farmers, so thank God. We're still not falling that far behind. And Dr. Hugo is also at workers, so we do need to start catching up. My strat for the early game is to just accept quests from my opponent to build up my reputation with them so they don't just declare war early, and for the extra cash as well. A really good tip that I learned from watching Taka is to always check your production stats. To go here, you can press the bar up here and it'll take you to the statistics page. And we're gonna go to the production page specifically. This page tells you everything you need to know. The blue bar is how much your people need, and the green bar is how much you're producing. This page is basically your cheat sheet. Right here, it tells us that we're not producing work clothes, so we need to start making some. You can find the production line down at the bottom of your screen, and it's usually in order of what you need to build first. Also, another way to check is to click on a house and it shows their needs. You need to meet all their needs to upgrade them to a higher tier. There's also a happiness tab which you don't necessarily need, but if your citizens are unhappy, it can lead to riots, fires, illnesses, and more. Oh my god, take a shot each time I've said need in this video so far. Anyway, once you have a stable supply of everything, you should be able to upgrade to the next tier of residents. As you can see, it's a pretty big jump in their needs. When I was new to this game, I went bankrupt on 2 different runs because I didn't know the whole statistics page or what they meant, but I will be walking through the important things to get us all ready and try to win the war. I like checking the diplomacy tab, which you can locate at the bottom left under your minimap. In this menu, we can manage our relationships with our other competitors and pirates. It allows us to sign or cancel treaties, compare military and economic standings, and we can flatter and offer gifts to improve our standings with them. You do get newspapers from time to time, and I usually always use the income propaganda, and of course Beryl likes that, so that's free reputation with her. I like trading steel beams with Archie early game because making them costs way too much. Maintenance is $200 and 200 workers per building. I check the diplomacy tab a lot just to see where everyone is at. I'm finally settling on a new island because each island has different fertilities, whether it's minerals or crops. For example, on my main island I have potatoes and grain. This new island I'm settling has hops, and I need that for beer because it gives me a ton of money. It is important to settle a new island to get the supplies you need and progress further. I've started building harbor defenses just in case they start acting funny, but mostly to repel the neighborhood pirate. I've started playing on 2 times the speed, and I also got a trade route with Archie for steel beams. I'm doing my daily stalking and I can see that Miss Hunt is still at workers while Beryl and Hugo are in the artisan tier. We have met all of the workers' needs, so now we can move on to the artisans. And now we begin the age of fine craftsmanship. Upon unlocking artisans, it also gives you the expedition to go to the New World. The New World is the second playable region, and the main role of the New World is to support the Old World population with more resources that you can't get in the Old World. And I'm instantly sending an expedition before they take all of the islands and I'm left with nothing. Diplomacy check, I'm definitely falling behind, but that's to be expected. They cheat, so. And at this moment, I'm at trade rights with Hugo. And since I am declaring war, I will be like thinking smartly about what to do next. Artisan needs are way more difficult because you're going to need items from the New World for the fur coats and rum, and not to mention the scam that is canned food. And Hugo had the absolute nerve to start his crazy shit by buying my island shares already. And at this point, I'm starting to panic because I don't really have the money for a bidding war. And on top of all that, we have this roach just sticking her nose in my business while I'm doing quests. And now we get anarchists trying to worm their way in my island as well. It's all too much going on right now. I've just been selling schooners and doing quests to get money and buy my island back. We got to 500 artisans and finally unlocked rum, which means we can start getting rich and prepare for war. We do have to be careful with the propaganda because this old bat doesn't like when I use it, and I don't necessarily want to be at war with her right now. Beryl and Hugo are at war right now, so my strat is to be allies with Beryl and try to take down Hugo first. Hugo gives me a quest with a really good item reward that I can use for my industrial buildings, which is crazy because I was just plotting for his demise. I don't even know when he bought shares again, but he's definitely pushing his luck. But I just ended up buying it back as soon as I can. Another diplomacy check, and I can't lie, it's definitely getting scary here. We finally reached the New World and already we have Beryl and Miss Hunt with 2 islands each, so we need to settle on 1 island just in case. The New World also has a new pirate, Jean Lafortune, so we also have to be careful with him. We also have Isabel Sarmento, and she gives us a clipper with a bunch of supplies so we can easily settle on an island. We completed the quest from Hugo and he gave us the printing press. Now I'm buying the actor because of how OP this item is. Basically, as long as you have a variety theater, it gives all your residences full supply of canned food and rum. The actor did cost 99,500, so now I'm completely broke. But once we put it in a town hall, we should start getting a lot of money. My items made it back to my islands, but now we face the problem of poverty. I can't even build the town hall, so I need to do some quests until I get enough money to construct it. At this point, I'm tempted to take them in for the 20k, but I'm staying strong and will not let these demons in. We finally have enough for the town hall, then I completely forgot that I still need the variety theater, and of course it costs 10k. It is poverty central right now. Then Hugo with the clutch 7k quest. He can totally fuck me over right now if he bought island shares, but let's not put that thought into the world. And to top the poverty off, of course, Jean Lafortune threatens me like, bitch, do I look like I have 55k right now? Like, be so serious. I went ahead and settled this island before I forget and have Jean Lafortune send his ships and rubs my clipper the wrong way. I did start on my New World island, and yes, I have stamps here too, but I doubt I'll be using this island because it would be vulnerable later on when I declare war. Finally, I have enough money for the variety theater, so now we can put the actor in and watch my income grow. This is so satisfying because we were in the trenches for the longest time, but now we can start getting our money back. I've also finally started my beer production for my main island, so our poverty era is definitely coming to an end. Another diplomacy check, and my god, it's depressing. They're so far ahead, it's not even funny. Annie is being a piece of shit and shooting my beer trading ship, so I'm putting some cannons to protect it. I'm building more turrets all over my islands because their military is getting high and I'm gonna need to defend myself eventually. I did request the ceasefire from both pirates just so I can plan out my next move.
A few inches later.
I skipped a lot of the boring parts to get to engineers, but now we are finally at the start of the age of science and wonder. Diplomacy check again. They're definitely way ahead, which is throwing me off, and I'm starting to have doubts about how I'll take them on.
The next day.
I now have a fleet of 20 plus ships, but I'm still having doubts that this is enough to take on a whole island since I've never been to war before. Diplomacy check. After building my fleet, I checked where everyone is at, and military wise, I'm pretty close with Beryl and Hugo, except some fucking how Miss Hunt has a nuke in her biscuit tin. Anyway, I'm sending my fleet to Hugo's harbor and we're ready to officially start the war. We're gonna ally with Beryl so she can help us take on Hugo together. Unfortunately, I checked and they are in a ceasefire, but honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and attack. I don't have time to wait for this to end. He has 2 big betties on his main island, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my battlecruiser first to snipe it. I do have my fleet behind my battlecruiser, so they're ready to defend if he sends ships to try and take it down. He also started attacking my harbor, so I'm gonna need my hentai armor turret soon for the battlecruisers. The first big betty is down. We need 1 more so we can send in the fleet to clean up the rest. The second big betty is down, so now I can start moving up my fleet. I was not aware of the mines and he caught me off guard with it. I started seeing that my ships were dropping like flies and started panicking and sending more of them to their deaths. But now I know about the invisible mines, so I can approach his island with more caution. It was a very sloppy first battle, but we thankfully came out victorious. I did lose a lot of my ships, but it's okay, we're just gonna rebuild more for the next battle. Diplomacy check. After destroying Hugo's main island, his economy and military dropped a significant amount, which is good news. And of course, Beryl goes ahead and spices it up for us and declares war with Miss Hunt. Like, look at her, she's at war with everyone and their mothers. I'm checking Miss Hunt and she's almost at 400 military and I'm low-key shitting it. Hugo settled back his island and I stupidly sent my fleet to frontline and they start eating mines and they start falling apart. I thought it would take him a while to set up mines, but apparently it's just the instant he settles the island. We managed to destroy the main harbor and of course Miss Hunt starts targeting my New World island. I have nothing there, so I just have to let her have it. Now we have to go to his other harbor and destroy the remaining turrets so we can settle this island. And of course his island is just filled with mines everywhere. I thought it would just be the harbor, but even the ass crack of his island has mines planted in them too. I honestly can't do anything but just watch as they eat mines, but thankfully it's over and we conquered the island again. Miss Hunt has been sending mini fleets on my island and destroyed a lot of my outside turrets, so I need to nerf her a little and go after her main island as well. We need to teach this hag a lesson since she's been getting a little too comfortable. Same strat as Hugo, we take out the big betties with the battlecruiser and let the fleet do the rest. It's fine to go in this time because she doesn't have mines unlike Hugo. And just like that, I knocked her dentures out her mouth and conquered her island. Diplomacy check. After her main island is gone, honestly her military didn't seem to budge at all and her economy is still pretty high, so still a lot of work to do. This little weasel really thought she could just settle an island next to me without conquering it again. At this point I'm just bloodthirsty and power hungry and starting to claim every island that Miss Hunt owns, no matter the size. Now I'm attacking her second biggest island to cut her military and economy down even more. Honestly, going to war with Miss Hunt seems to be easier than Hugo because I could just rush in her harbor without getting blasted to death by invisible mines. She's being crazy again and settling on the islands I conquered, and I can't really keep the islands myself because I need enough influence to build more ships and conquer more islands. I don't know if it works like that, but I'm scared that if I don't have enough influence to conquer an island, they'll still end up keeping it, so I'm not really taking a risk. To be fair, I did want to go to war with Miss Hunt first, but I thought since Beryl is at war with Hugo, we can just tag team him. Little did I know I'd just end up 1v2ing Hugo and Miss Hunt while Beryl does sweet fucko. I'm pretty close to driving her out of the old world, which is good because we just conquered another island of hers. While I've been conquering Miss Hunt's islands, I have been buying shares from Hugo's island as well, and I ended up buying out the entire island and conquer it that way since he wants to be a cheap fuck with his invisible mines. We conquered another island from Miss Hunt and now she only has 2 islands left in the old world to take care of. She's definitely fighting back, settling on more islands quickly, but we're just overwhelming her and eventually she won't be able to keep up. Hugo is offering me a peace agreement, but he can get fucked. I decided to attack Hugo before he builds up his economy and military again. I'm so tired of this fuck-ass mines. Like, I just want this guy to be out of my game at this point. This is kind of funny. My petty ass just had my fleet sat in front of her harbor while I waited for the grace period to end. And once again, we conquered another one of Miss Hunt's islands. Diplomacy check. We've definitely fucked her ass up, so I'm happy to see her downfall. For some reason, she has a big Betty on this tiny island. It's really that serious for her, but too bad, I conquered this island and now she no longer has any islands in the old world. She now only has islands in the new world, so it's looking grim for Granny, I can't even lie to you. Now it's Hugo's turn to get shunned away from the old world. He's funny because he tried giving me a peace agreement mid-siege. Like, nice try, you fraud, like you're not going anywhere. Another one, thank you. I didn't realize he'd built up another island that had engineers, and I can't even lie to you, this island fucked me up. It ended up sinking my tiny fleet and my precious battle cruiser, and I couldn't do anything but just watch, so well played by this fraud, I guess. Of course, I came back to finish the job, conquering the biggest island that he owns. And just as I thought I gotten rid of him, he ended up settling another tiny island below the map. This roach just won't die, but it was just short-lived, so him and Miss Hunt have now been exiled to the new world. Another diplomacy check, and I've definitely fucked them over, and defeating them is getting closer and closer. I've gone ahead and sent my fleet to the new world so we can go ahead and defeat Miss Hunt. New World islands should be easier to conquer since they have weaker defenses compared to the old world. And now we conquered the first New World island from Miss Hunt. She did settle again in the old world, but I sent a mini fleet to take care of it really fast. Another island down, and we basically have 2 islands left before we defeat Miss Hunt fully. Hugo did settle in the old world as well, and I got cocky and sent a mini fleet to take care of it just for them to get nuked. Since my fleet is here in the new world, I did separate them into 2, one for Hugo's islands and one for Miss Hunt, so it's like killing 2 stones with 1 bird. We finally got rid of Hugo in the new world, and now we only have that 1 island left in the old world. And while that's happening, I also conquered Miss Hunt's island at the same time. We're closing in on Miss Hunt, and just like that, we conquered all her islands and defeated the raid boss herself. She's fallen and she can't get back up.
See how I smile in the dying light? But you will depart knowing only terror.
Girl, shut the fuck up. You thought you ate that?
Diplomacy check, and yes, she is out of the game. You don't see her anymore. Conquered Hugo's island in the old world, and of course, while I was moving my fleet back, he settles an island in the new world. This guy's like the ultimate roach. After carefully maneuvering his island, I finally conquered it and defeated him. And hallelujah, the final boss of roaches is finally fucking gone.
You have made a martyr of the people? A martyr of me?
Stations!
My death means the end for you. I'll die happily.
There's one opponent left, and she's the most useless ally in this war. I defeated Dr. Hugo Mercier and Lady Margaret Hunt alone, and since she did nothing to help me there, she's next. Of course, as usual, we will be targeting her biggest island to fuck over her economy. And since she doesn't have mines, it was pretty easy to conquer it. I gotta give it to her, she was playing it smart. While I was at work conquering their islands, she went ahead and settled on them. It's a shame that she's getting conquered next though. Since it's only Beryl left, it was easier to run around my fleet and just overwhelm her and not give her a chance to breathe. And just like that, we got Beryl out of the old world, and now all we have to worry about is her in the new world. We made it to the new world, and I'm trying out these new cinematic shots. I think they look pretty cool. I guess this is what they see when they're getting conquered. I mean, that's pretty scary, I can't even lie. If you've enjoyed this video so far, make sure to like and subscribe. I do appreciate it a lot. I've really been enjoying making these videos, so any type of support is highly appreciated. Let me know if you're excited about Pax Romana. I know I am, and this little challenge one I'm doing has me excited for how the combat is in Pax Romana, since 1800 combat isn't really that exciting. And she's so funny. Just as I conquered this island, she settled another one behind me. Like, girl, just give it up. I made 4 ship of the line in the old world to take care of this island she settled at, and just attacked both at the same time so she won't have time to settle another island and stall this out. I'll give her 10s though for trying her hardest, but eventually we see the victory screen, and that wraps it up for this run.